Hey everyone, today I'll be talking about the special assessment scheme which the board has come up with during this pandemic time. You must be aware that the board exam will be conducted in two parts, term 1 and term 2, and the syllabus will also be split in two parts. What will be there in term 1 will not be there in term 2. Term 1 will be in MCQ format and term 2 will be in subjective format if things are normal. If not, they will also be in the MCQ format and the internal assessment will also be factored in. Now, there is basic difference between the objective type questions and subjective type questions. In objective type questions, we either get it right, 1 mark, or we get 0. In subjective format, there is a stepwise marking. If we are supposed to deal with 3 points, 3 aspects, and even if we write 1 or 2, we get some marks for that written part. But that is not the case in case of objective type questions, MCQ format, or when the answer has to be written in one word or one sentence, true, false, match the columns, whatever. Therefore, it is important for us to recast our technique so that we are able to score good marks, high score. Now, how to do that? How to do that? In MCQ format, as in subjective type, the difficulty level of the questions is different. Some of the questions, halfway through reading it, the answer flashes in your mind without completing the question. Those questions are memory based, remember and recall based questions. That is pretty easy. Then another type is based on understanding how much the concept that you have read you are able to understand. Therefore, a simple reading of the question might not help you get the right answer. You will have to read it twice, thrice, over and over again. Then there are some questions based on analysis and synthesis. Analysis is okay. All of you must be aware of that. Now, to understand what synthesis is, let us take the help of BODMAS in mathematics. Bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction, the mathematical functions. Now, when we do them separately, division, multiplication, addition or subtraction, they are comparatively easier. But when we have all those concepts combined in one question, better known as simplification questions, then we take our own time to get mastery over that. Once we have worked it out, come to know that the answer is not correct, we go back and then locate where we committed the mistake. And over a period of time, we are able to master it. All of us have different time frame for that. So what is happening over there is, you have read different concepts. Now all those concepts have to be applied in one question, and then you get the right answer. That is what is meant by synthesis. Another example from mathematics itself is linear equation in two variables, which are solved through various methods: trial and error, cross multiplication, graphical method, and then at the end of it we have word problems, where statements are given. We are required to convert those statements into equations, and then we can work it out. So what happens in word problems is, you have read the concept, you have understood it. Now you are asked to apply that understanding to work out the problems. They are also known as HOTS, high order thinking skill questions, right? So you are required to assimilate, you are required to synthesize all that you have read, like cumulative frequency in stats. It is true for all the subjects, and it is more so for business studies or economics even. In business studies, we are having most of the questions which are application based on case studies, where you are required to apply your knowledge to work out the questions. So that is the task before us. Now, even earlier, during the normal format, I used to advise my students to work out as many MCQ or objective questions as they can, which help them concretize their concept, hone their skill in understanding it, and give them a roadmap how to apply those understanding, those concepts to work out questions. Now, in NCERT book, the course content is good enough in business studies, not so in economics. In business studies, whatever is there in NCERT book is good enough. For economics, you need reference book. The number of questions, their variety, their difficulty level is not up to mark in NCERT book. You are required to have a reference book. If there are 3-4 friends and you have separate different reference books, you need to share it among yourselves. That will help you lay your hands on more and more questions. Then there are different websites, different publishers, publications, where you can find a number of objective type questions, and I am sure that very soon all the publishers would be coming up with their question bank in MCQ format. Now, just make a fair copy of objective questions, MCQ questions. Note down the question, all the choices, including the wrong ones, tick the right ones, do it chapter wise, as many questions as you can, and once you are done with, your fair notebook, then just keep on turning over the pages. That will help you refresh whatever you have already done, and you would be able to approach questions of all difficulty level organically without much effort if you follow this roadmap. And it is very important to note down the wrong choices as well, because that will help you eliminate wrong answers. When we are not sure about the right answer out of the 4 choices, no idea which one is the correct one, then instead of making a wild guess, the idea is to go for elimination process. Start eliminating. Out of A, B, C, D, A can't be the right answer, B can't be the right answer, D is also eliminated. Now C is left. I will tick on C. That is how we approach when we are not sure of the right answer. That can happen only when you have all the choices written in your notebook, which you go on revising from time to time. That is one way. Another way, you might be finding one word or one sentence questions, true or false, yes or no, match the columns, different items in the columns. Now those questions are tougher than MCQ. In one word, one sentence question, yes, no, true, false, fill in the blanks. You have to be very specific, particular. You need to work out on the correct answer without any hint, without any clue. But in MCQ, you have all the options right in front of your eyes. So if you can work out one word, one sentence questions, you can work out true, false, yes, no, fill in the blanks. The MCQ format will be easier. So don't go only for MCQ, go for the questions whose answer is in one word or one sentence, fill in the blanks, true, false, yes, no, whichever type of questions you might locate, right? Now, if you follow this roadmap, this route chart, do it diligently, there is no reason why you should not score very good marks. There is no doubt that if this roadmap is taken, if all the required things that we discussed right now is done diligently, you are going to score very good marks. And the good thing is that the syllabus will be divided into 2 parts. Whatever will be there in part 1 will not be there in part 2. So you can focus on particular chapters, go for intensive study. Look out for the passage, read each and every line of the NCERT book, not merely reading. Once you are gone through a passage, go back, read between the lines, make note of key words, key group of words or key sentences. We are not required to mug up the whole paragraph. I will give you 2 examples. There are 2 principles out of 14 given by Henry Fayol, General Management, Discipline and Order. Discipline means following rules and regulations of the organization. For discipline, this group of keywords is good enough to recall and apply your knowledge. For order, everything and everyone should be at its proper place, their proper place. If we have these keywords at the back of our mind, we can very easily locate, pinpoint any passage, any question, application based question based on discipline and order. So keep your notebook handy, note down the keywords, and when you go for revision, look back at it later on. All the concepts, all the things will keep flashing right in front of your eyes. So that is the roadmap. If you follow these, you are going to get good marks, very good marks. There is no doubt in that. I hope I was able to dissect how to go about it and how to have a plan of action to score good marks. Wish you all the best. Thank you.